Hello everybody, Maven here, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. And this is going to be a PSA video to go out right now and farm some high stat roll armor, because these mods, I believe, are bugged right now. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong and if I'm just naive, but these mods, they say, like, for example, discipline armor pieces that drop will have a minimum of 10 in discipline, and so on and so forth for each stat. And these are doing double right now. So armor is going to drop with a minimum of 20 in that stat for whatever reason. And this is working in dungeons and raids. That's what I know so far. For like high end PvE content. But if you get it as like a reward for like a playlist activity like Vanguard or Crucible, or if you like grab a rank up package from Zavala or Shaxx or something like that, or the Drifter, it's probably not going to be a minimum of 20. It'd probably stay at a minimum of 10, but for dungeons and raids, it is working. And so I tested this. I was farming the Master Duality dungeon with resilience armor on, and if you take a look at some of these things, minimum of 20 resilience, exactly 20. This one was exactly 20. This one's 29. Look at these gloves, 20, 29. The helmets, 26, 23. Look at all of these boots, dude, a minimum of 20. And then so I was suspicious, so what I did is I swapped over to discipline armor, and then I tried it again, and then I got a couple chest pieces to drop. Look at this, 23. Look at this, exactly 20. I'm telling you, it is doubled right now. Now is the time to use these and farm some high stat roll armor. And I'm actually going to go into the duality dungeon right now, and I'm going to try this again just to be absolute sure that it works. I'm going to throw on intellect armor, and let's get into the duality dungeon and see what happens. All right, I'm at the hidden chest here. Let's see if I get armor. And if my theory is correct, this should only be a minimum of 10 stat roll. So I'm expecting 10 intellect to clarify, intellect armor, and 19 intellect. Yeah, see, it wasn't a minimum of 20 because this is not Master Duality. And just for the heck of it, I got another helmet from the Keitel encounter just to make sure. And yeah, 15. Okay, so here's my final theory on how these armor mods actually work. So I feel like we misjudged these mods the whole time because we always thought they were trash, but I feel like they have their niche. So you'll notice in some activities, you get really low stat roll armor just from like playing Gambit, Crucible, or Vanguard, and just getting your vendor rank up packages. You usually get armor that is like between the high 40s and the mid 50 stat roll area. And then you'll have the activities that give you like high 50s to like low to mid 60s, you know, doing like dungeons and possibly even doing like Nightfalls, Lost Sectors and stuff like that. But then you'll have the activities that give you really high stat roll armor like raids and master dungeon content now and stuff like that. Possibly even Trials of Osiris, you get high stat roll armor like high 60s. And this is how I feel that it works, is that you'll get a 10 minimum stat roll using these armor mods when you get those low stat roll armor from those low kind of activities, and that you'll get 15 minimum stat roll armor by doing the mid-level activities, and then by doing the raids and the master content and stuff like that and trials, that it will be a 20 minimum stat roll. I feel like these mods aren't bugged. I feel like they just work differently than we think because they're possibly worded wrong. So yeah, that's my conclusion. That's my theory. It definitely needs a lot more testing, but that's how I feel like it works, like based off of the testing that I've done personally. Hey, post-edit Maven here. I just wanted to add in one more little thing that I noticed to further clarify on top of the theory I just spoke about a second ago. I was looking through the mods again, and I noticed we're using recovery armor as an example, but if you read the last sentence of it, it says, and are more likely to drop with higher recovery. And so what I think that's trying to say is, like, based on the tier of content you do, it'll drop higher. So like, just like we spoke about a second ago, there's low tier, mid tier, and high tier content. So if you do the low tier content, it'll most likely drop with a 10 minimum, mid tier 15 minimum, high tier 20 plus. So I feel like these mods are definitely not bugged. I feel like they're just worded differently to the point where we never really truly understood them. So if you do the higher difficulty content where high stat roll armor drops, you're gonna get that 20 plus basically guaranteed. So I feel like at the end of these mods descriptions, they need to add and are more likely to drop with high recovery based on the difficulty of content. So that's what I think it needs to be. And to wrap up the video today, these mods, I always thought they were trash because whenever I would use them, I'd only get like 10, 12, 13 stat roll armor. It was never worth it. But now I know that if you do the higher difficulty content, these mods do indeed matter. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, hit that like, leave a comment, and possibly even subscribe because this is a brand new YouTube channel about 3 weeks old. So I'd really appreciate it if you want to stick around, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.